try them on the same swatch. So to do a small cable knit, you're either going to use your 2 or your 3, and you have to, I'm missing a transfer tool, so I have to do my 3 because you have to have 2 of the same ones. So what you're going to want is either the 2 or the 3 on both of these, and that's how big your cable is going to be. I'm going to swap them, and then I'm going to knit, and then I'm going to swap them, knit, and then at the end, or after I've done a section, I'm going to do 1 rib on either side, and that makes it stand out. So you just have to make sure you're going to swap them the same way every time. So I'm going to, and if this is like too hard for you, you can like hang those like right there just for a minute if it's too hard to hold on to them. I'm going to do my right ones over to my left first, put them on, and then like I didn't flip them on there, I just hung the transfer tool, and just in case you need to like have a free hand. And then these ones over here, this is the max that you're going to want to do like this, 3, because it pulls a lot. So if it's pulling a lot, you know, it's good to push these ones out. Now I'm going to do this every time with 4 rows in between. So I'm going to swap them, 4 rows, swap them, 4 rows, same way every single time. So now I'm going to do my 4 rows, 2, 3, 4, and you need to know where, and that's going to be my cable, you'll see it on the other side. You need to know which needles you're using, so that then you can do the outside one. So I would suggest starting at the 0 and doing them on either side of the 0.
Is 4 the most you can?
No, you can do as many, I'll show you at the end, like, you can do as many as you want.
Okay.
You'll see there's a place where it switches over and a place that like makes the length of it.
Mm-hmm.
So you could do 4 or 6 is a good number, but you can do as many as you want in between. It's just
3 width is the most.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was just, you would have like a really long cable if you did a whole bunch of rows.
Okay.
So I'll show you when I flip it over. So again, you're gonna take them, transfer them. So I'm gonna do these ones over here, these ones over here, and you need to do it the same way every time, or otherwise you get, unless it's like intentional for your design, otherwise you'll get, like, you need it to look like it's twisting, so it needs to be the same way every time. I'm gonna do 1 more, and then I'm gonna do the ribbing up the side. So I'm gonna do 3 and 3. And I'm gonna do first my right ones. And it's easiest when you pick these up to kind of like flick the latches up a little bit, just so that the latches are open when you go to put them back in, if that makes sense. Because you need them open for that. So you can see the cable forming. And you can see, because I did 3, it's kind of pulling a lot. So you can see where this next one I am going to actually rib, even though this one is pulling a lot, to make it stand out. You'll see if you do 2, you can't really see it at all unless you do the rib. But usually you do a rib on the next one. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, my 4th one here. I'm going to drop, and then I'm gonna rib it up, just 1. You can do more than 1 if you want, but all you need is 1. Yeah, so you do the ribbing, past the latch, grab the next bar, pull it straight down, up past the latch, grab the next bar, pull it straight down. And try to go up the center of your little ladder here. And then what you'll do, if you're doing like a whole bunch of cable knit, what you'll do is a small section like this. You're not gonna like cable knit the whole thing and then try to rib the whole thing. You can just do it in sections. So then now I could do 6 inches or something, and then do another 6 inches, and then do my ribbing, and then I'm gonna do it on the other side too. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the one I'm gonna drop, and then rib it. And I'm gonna show you how to do a larger size. I'm gonna knit a little bit and show you the front, and I'll show you how to do a bigger size one. Alright, so that is a little regular cable. So it looks like that. So you get a little cable, and then the ribbing kind of sets it apart. So you get the twist like the same direction every time. So if you do a smaller, like 2 is a little bit better, you get a smaller little cable. 3 is kind of a lot, but I don't have my second transfer tool. Alright, so if you want to do a bigger cable, what you're going to need is a 3 and a 1. Darn it. Okay, I can use this one. So you're going to need a 3 and then the 1, which is the one that I'm missing. So you'll need to decide what you're doing it in between so that you can start on one end and stop on one end. And what you'll do is move it over gradually and then start on this side and then move it over gradually again. So I'm going to start like from 5 to 5 here. So I'm going to take 3 and 1, this should be a transfer tool, and I'm going to take my 1 and just move it over here and hang it like that. So I'm not like putting it on the needle, I'm just moving it over. And then I'm going to take my 3 here, move my 3 over, take my 1 back to that open one, and then I'm going to knit 2, and then do it on, instead of 5, 4, 3, I'm going to do it on 3, 2, 1. So I'm going to move like over one time every time. So I'm going to knit 2. And then now instead of here, I'm going to start here. So I'm going to start with the 1 and just make a little open space. So I'm just going to hang that on there to get it out of the way, not transferring it. I'm going to transfer these 3, and then I'm going to move this 1 back over. There's other ways to do this, but this is one way. And then I'm going to knit 2. And then instead of here, I'm going to start here. Now I'm at my 0.
So you're starting one needle down from where you started.
Yeah, every
last
time I'm
time.
moving over 1 until I get to this 5. So I'm going to keep going with this until I get to the other side.
Is the 1 needle on the 4th or the 5th?
4. Well, it's
Pick it
all
up
of
and
them.
move it.
All of them are going to move over 1. And then you move that one over to the first one. Yeah, and then I'm going to do 2. And now I'm going to do
The 1st.
do these ones. So the very first one, the one on the left, if you're going that way, is the one that's got to just hang over on that other needle. So I can pull these ones off. And then that one goes back to this open one, because you have to close all of your needles. And if you lose, like, you can kind of see what's happening here. If you lose where you're at, you can kind of see where, like you did the last one, I did it here. So now I'm on this one. So if you lose where you're at, you can kind of find it again. And I'm going to move this one over. And then this one back over here.
The last one, you just move it out of the way. And then you pull it back.
Okay, this is my last one, and I'm going to do it this one more time. And that first one goes over to the opposite side. So depending on how wide, that's going to become my cable. So like I have these lines going this way, these ones are going to be going this way. So now when I'm ready to start a new row, I'm not starting over here going that way, I'm starting back at the same place, going the same way again. And then I'm going to rib at least one of my outside ones. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this, or at least like one more. If you want to stay here and watch it, if you think you got it and you want to go back and work on it, I'm going to do one more of these and then rib it, and then I'll show you the example. So you can either stay and watch, or you can go and try.